last time on Secrets of Monster Island, our monster hunters had ventured under the magma in the volcano and had found a weird sort of area with an orc who had a captive, which you know is Cameron Portilla, and he had said to hand over the black obsidian tablet piece that you had, or else Cameron would die. So your monk decided to use minor illusion and try to make it seem like he had the tablet, and you all had fought, ending with Cameron dead, but you have both obsidian pieces of the obsidian tablet, and the orc is unconscious. You had carried him to the sleeping quarters room and had decided to get a short rest in at the very least, and maybe a long rest in if you had the chance. But a bunch of water genasi, including one that you recognize, Marina Fortin, had walked in, and Marina had said, "We have a lot to discuss." And as we pick up, Marina looks at you all and says, "It's been a little while. Been a few days. While I was out trying to look for Cameron and find Cameron, I found a tribe of my people, which was really weird. Apparently Rivermouth is not the only civilization on this island."
So there were some other air Genasis.
Water genasi.
Water
Genasis. Yes, and they wish to speak with you all. Well, I'll have to translate, but because they do not speak common. And you see stepping forward this, they appear to be a water genasi with very short hair, holds a staff, and they appear to... Go ahead.
I want to ask the earpiece if he knows how to speak water genasi.
You hear the earpiece reply back, "No. I can speak Common and Draconic." So, unfortunately, no. And so you see this water genasi walk forward and start speaking in a language. I'm assuming none of you speak Aquan?
I have Primordial.
No.
Oh, that actually would work. She tries, or they try speaking in Aquan at first, and then try Primordial, and you understand what they are saying. And Alaxtor, you hear, "My name is Teardrop. I am the leader of this water genasi tribe, and I was originally coming here to figure out what the disturbance was at this volcano. For Marina had told me that one of her friends had been taken captive and brought around this area. And now I see you all standing before me. I wish you to tell me what you are doing here."
I think that we've come to we come to save Cameron, and that's our friend and mutual acquaintance. So we came to save them, but we were too late, and unfortunately we couldn't step in time.
Yes, I'm very sorry for your loss. And you see Marina at this point walk over to Cameron's body and sort of kneel down and sort of starts crying a little bit, but she looks at you all and says, "But I'm sure you all did what you could."
And we were able to at least save the young lady, Ruth.
Yes, baby Ruth is safe.
That's good. Well, If you all wish to sleep safely, you all are welcome back at the Water Genasi camp.
I think that sounds fantastic. Much better than sleeping here.
Sleeping where the
What are
dead
they
don't
saying?
like to stay.
So you all exit the volcano and head east, off to the east coast of the island, where a bunch of tents and huts are set up, and Teardrop continues talking to you, Alaxdor, and says that, so have you all found, you all are great at the hunting the creatures that exist on this island, correct?
And with Alaxador speaking in Primordial, it's probably very rough.
Mm-hmm.
Versus when he speaks Common, because he's been around Common pretty much his whole life. So it's probably very, like, book learned, not, practiced.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to think through and kill things fairly good.
We don't really set up any farms at all. We mostly hunt around the island as well. A big difference between us and Rivermouth is that we actually love the wild and enjoy the hunt and the creatures that surround the island.
Alaxer kind of nods and would look at Teardrop and, yes, she provides for all.
Yes. I'm assuming are you one with the Magma Lord, or who is your
No, the
deity?
one who walks in the night.
The Mother of the Night. Very few of those followers exist in Rivermouth.
As you see Alaxdor reach up probably for the first time and touch the scar on his face.
Oh.
She saved me.
Yes.
Purpose for all.
Yes, the Goddess of the Night is always welcome among the natives of these isles. So you all bed down, I'm assuming for the night, and you all can get a long rest in. What would you all like to do with Dalvir, the orc, and Lorero's son, as you're kind of bedding down for tonight?
I think keep them tied up, but should we... I think that would be up to Marina, wouldn't it? Isn't she now in charge of the military of this area?
Technically, yes. She would be in charge of the going-ons in this area right now.
Yeah, we put her captives to do as she pleases, basically.
We're hunters, not hostage takers. We don't know what to do with prisoners.
So she needs to get them taken captive back to Rivermouth, or whether or not.
So Marina's going to keep them. Marina's going to keep them here for now at this tribe camp. As she is probably going to, as soon as they wake up, try to question them about what they were doing.
Did I get out of Beauregard?
So you have the Arum Vorax over your shoulder, and you start digging. It is quite heavy. You dig out. You realize that this thing, upon your history, that it likes eating gold and other gold things, and as you tear it open, it's about 5,000 gold pieces worth of gold in there.
Oh my gosh!
We're rich.
Whoa! That's the best jackpot ever. Pull its arm again.
What are the other 8 arms?
Yeah.
6 arms, whatever.
We got 5,000 gold pieces to split amongst. That's awesome.
Yes.
My debt is well and paid.
Right?
You're dead.
You were so worried.
Your debt is well paid.
So everybody mark 1,250 gold pieces on your sheet.
Nice.
Aiden, I would like to, while we're having that long rest, try to find an elder of the tribe that we're with.
Okay. So, yeah, go ahead.
I want to ask somebody and see if there's a good leather worker in the tribe to turn the fur of this thing into a vest for my monk friend, or anybody really that wants to be resistant to fire.
Okay, so we'll start off with Alaxtor. So what are you looking for a elder of this tribe for?
I basically want to try to get a little bit more information about what was in the volcano. Because when I put the two tablets together, there was that pull to the ritual site and somebody wanted free.
So I'm gonna say you approached Teardrop once again, and they appear to explain that many moons ago there were 3 Fae, and they stole a very powerful artifact from their home of the Feywild. In an attempt to escape it, they, with this powerful artifact, created the islands that you now stand on. And they sort of made these islands as a paradise for themselves, and eventually created their own people. Eventually, the peace of these islands would not last. A demon, known as Achilles, came to destroy the islands. Thanks to the people of the islands and the 3 Fae and a dragon, they were able to fight back Achilles. But that volcano you were in was his one of his cult's places of worship. It is said that Achilles was trapped in an object.
Does at least mean ex-wife?
So
It sounds like it should.
Should we be trying to put these pieces together if that might be what's trapped a demon?
Or
At this point, as I'm retelling it to the group, I'm like, I'm not sure, but I know when we were there, it definitely wanted the tablets. It tried to pull them from me.
So what we're saying is that if we combine the tablet and recreate it, we're going to release this Achilles?
Potentially. But at the same point, maybe it's her goal for us to eliminate him once and for all.
Right.
We've been finding the tablets. We've been led to the dragon's lair.
to keep other people from finding them, to keep them safe, obviously.
And also, maybe, I think that Laxador is right. Maybe it's to bring a final ending to this demon, not just him sleeping in the volcano, but actually sending him to the Lady of the Night once and for all.
Yes. If we're going to do
Should've
that,
just
though,
thrown
we
him
need to
into
get
the
stronger. If only
that
it were
work?
that.
Teardrop.
You know things are resistant to fire, yes?
Yeah, but other things aren't.
Especially
Correct,
demons.
but
The
demons
things that
tend
want
to
to
be
use those things.
demons tend to be completely immune to those things.
Right. So
And I don't think we
maybe,
want to throw a demon into fire. That's not a good idea.
had we had any other clues, Laxador, about where to get more pieces of these tablets?
When I combined the last one, it reached out and told me to go to the edge, to the circle, and then told me it wanted to be free and tried to pull the tablet out of my hands. I And I think at that point, Aiden, I'd probably reach into the pack and pull, since we're in our own tent, pull
Yeah.
out the 2 tablets in my hand and look at them. It didn't give me anything else at that moment, but if we're exploring the islands, my guess is the people probably split them. There were 6 pieces, he said.
Right.
2 here. There are other islands. I wouldn't leave them all on the one island. That'd be too easy to put together.
And spread them out across the different islands.
Yes.
So what we need to figure out is if we are being led by the goddess of the night, then maybe she will lead us to our next destination where we need to go.
But I don't think we tell people we have 2 of them already.
I don't think we tell them anything about these tablets because
I don't think we
we're-
should tell them we're on a mission from God.
Ambassador, can I ask you a question? And
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be rude or I don't want to be non-believing. You've been a follower of her for quite a while. You know what her voice sounds like, right? Like this wouldn't be someone tricking your mind or something tricking your mind into believing that you're on a mission from your God and
Being trying to deceive me as something else.
yeah.
I will tell you this about the goddess of the night. She wants things to exist and run their course, but she's there to take us home. She allows us to protect ourselves, but she doesn't want evil to befall anything. If she had her way, there would be no violence, no death, no fighting amongst animals, people, anything. But she knows that we have our own decisions to make, and those choices lead to different paths. But she's always there with a gentle guiding hand when it's time to head home.
I generally trust you, and I understand. I'm just, second guessing, I guess,
No, it's-
our next path.
I don't think it's second guessing to contemplate and think about these things. I mean, this is a big task that if we choose to undertake, that, well, let's just say, we need to be stronger. That guy almost took us all down.
Yes, I agree.
Mhm.
Yodele went down multiple times.
Yeah.
And he's usually the one that's the best off of all of us.
And that's why we need to be better.
Mm-hmm.
So, go
Where
ahead.
do you think we should go next?
I think maybe one of the other villages he talked about, the previous group with the trade routes.
Right.
If we can reestablish that, maybe we can reestablish dissemination of information that they have as well. Maybe that's where we head. We've gotten, unfortunately, actually, we need to take Cameron back. He
Mhm.
needs to have that final right. His family needs to know. We were there. We need to be the ones to deliver that.
All this thinking and talking. Where's the monster we need to kill? I bet this village has somebody that's bothering them.
And
Um,
another question. Do the leaders here need any help with anything?
Teardrop will actually let you know that they once had communications with a Lizardfolk shaman that might know more information if you're looking for it, and would appreciate it if you all would speak with them. They are to an island southwest of this one. If
You guys
and
all busted
Oh,
up
is-
about Cameron this bad. We have enough gold to bring him back. We can go back to town and do it.
and they explain that, and they have no need for material things and have scrounged up a few gems that they would be willing to pay you if you were to go and talk to the shaman and reestablish communications.
Maybe instead of the gems, the fleece that we brought in from the monster, change it into some armor.
We could do that.
Maybe a weapon for our monk friend over there.
I think
From
that
the
would
claws.
be really good.
Either of those things to help us on our path.
We are willing to help you all. You all have done a great service to not only Rivermouth, but also our tribe.
Yes. Well, let us get some sleep, and I think in the morning we should just hand over Cameron and the prisoners to Marina, and we should head on to where we need to go next.
Okay.
Could we? The other thing is maybe we talk to the orc as well.
Yeah, so
Tablets as well.
Marina will tell you that the orc refuses to talk to the orc refuses to talk to no one except for you all.
Oh, well then I guess we do need to talk to this orc.
But let's wait till the morning.
Yes.
Okay, so you all get a long rest in, and Alaxtor, do you still have the tablet or the pieces?
The two pieces that are together now.
Really quickly, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. Sounds good.
Good thing you're good at that.
I am good at that, but not like that.
Ouch.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2, so that makes it an 8, Aiden.
As you dream on this night, you feel yourself being pulled towards the northwest. But that is it. Sorry. Yeah, northwest.
Away from... Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, you have this inclination that something is there, but you're not getting any sense of maybe perhaps another piece is calling to you.
It doesn't feel like the last one, but feels like something.
Something's calling you.
Okay.
And as you all get a long rest in, you awake the next morning, and everything seems cool. The nice relaxingness. You haven't felt this much relaxation since probably the last time you left Rivermouth. It's almost serene. And as you all awake, what do you do?
As I do every morning, I produce 10 good berries, pass 2 out to each person as basically CPR for a unconscious foe or unconscious friend, and
Does that include Arlube?
Yes, so if there's 5 of us,
Okay.
I create 10, so that should give us each 2 each, and we use them, of course. One, if you're hungry for the day, it gives you sustenance, and the other one is for a downed party member that to make sure that they can come back up with that 1 hit point so they don't die.
Yeah. So, okay. Next order of business?
So I'm going to cast Aid.
Okay.
Once again, at 2nd level, which gives 5 temporary to Arlen, Yodel, and myself.
Okay.
Tell the truth, that guy.
And then I would like to also do a ritual casting of augury this morning during my morning prayers.
And what does augury do?
So basically, I am going to lay out a plan, and you will give me results of this. Let me display it for you here on the tabletop.
Okay.
Basically, just trying to get an omen from she who is in the darkness of our course of action.
Okay.
Of if we go to the southwest to find the shaman, will that action lead us on the path that she wants us?
Will. Yes.
So after having that moment of prayer, I feel better about all of it and kind of gather all my stuff. Let's go talk to our prisoner and figure out what he knows about these tablets.
Yeah.
And then let's get moving for the shaman.
Yes.
So
Go in and see this orc.
So Dalvir sits there patiently, and he speaks in common and says, "Monster hunters, great to finally make your acquaintance, without violence, of course."
Yeah, it's kind of weird that you would know who we are. How do you know that?
And you have us at a disadvantage. Who are you?
Once again, my name is Dalvir Fidelio. I once lived in Rivermouth a very long time ago. And you can tell that looking at him, this orc is very aged. Probably about in his 50s, 60s, maybe even 70s. As you're kind of looking at him, and he says, "I have one word of advice for you all. Do not trust Rivermouth. That's why I was trying to bring the tablets together, to destroy it."
Well, not trusting Rivermouth is one thing. Trying to destroy it, that's another. And that's not very kind. And we don't take kindly to people who are trying to destroy Rivermouth. Certainly the machinations behind the city might be a problem.
I believe he was trying to destroy the tablets, not the city.
No, I was trying to destroy the city.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I
Yeah.
misunderstood. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind, Arlen. You're fine. Yeah, go for it.
He was up
we
to
don't
no
take
good
kindly
trying
to
to
your
say that
kind.
we shouldn't be able to trust them. And I understand that. The people behind maybe the government of Rivermouth might be bad. But that doesn't mean you should be trying to kill every man, woman, and child in town. Just because you don't trust the city officials.
Maybe a persuasion check.
What?
Maybe a persuasion check.
Okay. Gladly.
Heard Arlen for mayor.
Arlen for mayor.
Arlen for mayor.
21.
21. You see him kind of think for a second, and
Oh wait, it's not 21 though. Hold on a second. Well, it's 20.
it's a 20. Okay.
For some reason, just put a D4 in that too.
You see him think for a second, and he says, "I know my actions may have been a bit harsh, but it was all I can do. If I go back to Rivermouth, I'm a dead man."
Well, maybe you don't have to go back to River. Maybe you can redeem yourself by working for the people who are trying to make a life for themselves out here.
Do you ever wonder why Cole Kindleheart was my only target?
Matter of fact, I do. He was a merry old soul.
He
Yeah.
about the same age as this individual.
Cole is a little bit older than this individual. And
Were you part of his party?
no, but I can certainly tell you, his party did not die to a tribe of Lizardfolk or anyone. He killed his party. I can tell you that much.
Ooh.
You want to
Uh,
trust what he's saying?
Insight.
Insight.
Yeah.
In the fact that he led them down a path that ultimately led to their doom.
Make me an insight check.
Natural 20 for a 26.
There you go. There it is.
So, the thing about your insight, right, is that you have a hard time believing what he's saying is true, but there is no hint of deception in his voice.
Mm-hmm.
You have a hard time. He believes it to a T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was from a certain point of view moment. I could tell.
Right. From a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view.
Dalvir explains that no tribe of Lizardfolk would kill the monster hunters unless they were provoked. They are not savages, as much as Rivermouth might want you to think they are.
Well, sometimes you can even... I don't think humans are necessarily savage, but you can come across a few that are just as deadly as
Or
any.
orcs get a bad reputation. Look what you're doing out here.
That's
killing
right.
People.
So there could have been some bad apples amongst the lizard folk.
Why did they cut off the trade then?
Because Ignition was the only one that came back with a story, and any story he formed, they would believe.
So you're saying Rivermouth cut off the trade, not the other islands?
Correct.
Monster Hunter Huddle.
Monster Huddle.
What would you guys think about taking Dalvir to the lizard folk with us?
I mean, we gave it over to our captain of the guard, so we'd have to get permission from her.
Right, but if that were to happen, let's just say if we were to get that permission to take him, how would you feel about taking him to the lizard folk ourselves?
I don't know. Elaxidor, can you grow back limbs that have been cut off?
Not right now, no. I mean,
Dang, I was
maybe.
going to suggest we cut off his hands. That way he can't give us any trouble.
Well,
As you all
take him bound.
As you all are in your huddle, you hear Dalvir speak in Draconic. Do you understand me?
Draconic?
Yep, Draconic.
Nods his head as he's talking with the group, just nods, doesn't, and slips just one word in Draconic of yes, as he's still talking with the group, of saying, basically, how do we keep him safe from all the monsters we've been hunting as well?
Yeah, so what does Dalvir say?
Dalvir.
It's Draconic. I'm listening.
Yeah, you guys can't all understand it. Dalvir says, then you can speak the language of the lizard folk. You can speak to them. Now, the turtles, on the other hand, maybe not. But I could be a translator, if you need so.
Well, we don't really
say
need
that
it translated.
Turtles?
Turtles. And trust me, if we go, I can take care of myself, even if bound.
Okay. Well then, why don't we... What do you guys think about taking him? Yodelay's against it. Laxador?
If we do this, I turn and I look at him. If you make one wrong step, you will meet she who walks in the night forever.
Take a leg.
He looks at you and says, I understand. You know, I didn't wish to kill Cameron. You remind me of myself. But you forced my hand, and I'm truly sorry.
I will take this. The only way
you ran
you can
across the
come,
room to kill him.
the only way you get to go with us is if she allows the guard allows it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to answer for your crime eventually. That is something that we cannot get in the way of. It may be pushed off for a little while, but eventually...
60 feet before he got to him. Forced his hand.
Yeah.
Forced his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did actually maliciously kill him. There was no...
Went after would be a better term. Went after.
Yuri, what is your thought on this?
I say no. I'm with Yodelay on this, but, you know.
Yee-hoo!
Okay. Then I say we leave him here. Let him answer for his crimes and hand him over to Marina. And let him answer to the gods.
One last thing before you leave.
As kind of whispering at the group through the earpieces, what language do turtles speak?
I don't... I
Speak
think
the
this-
language of pizza.
Maybe it's Cowabunga, dude. It's I don't know. It's turtle, I guess, but
Dalvir says Aquan.
Our loop can help.
The thing that this gentleman doesn't know, and I quickly talk to each of you in your head. I can communicate with everything.
oh, that's true.
I
So
just
what-
locked eyes with each and every one of you as I say this, and you hear it in your native tongue in your head.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Well, that makes it easier to say no then.
Yes.
I go with the group. Let's leave
I
him
am
here to
getting
answer for his
sick and
crimes.
tired of everybody talking in my head.
Dalvir says one last thing before you leave, and he says, first off, do not trust Rivermouth. I promise you that. And second off, I wish you all luck.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and may the gods have mercy on your soul down here. Monster hunters, I say we head out. Let's go south and see if we can talk to these lizard folk.
So,
Yeah, and
you,
I share with everybody that after praying this morning, this is the right path for us.
Yes.
And I go stomping off in a direction and get yelled at 20 yards down. The other way!
I won't share the other dream until we are out of camp.
Oh, okay, good.
It's one of those things is I don't trust anybody else with that information, and I don't want any eaves being dropped.
Yeah.
So I wait until we're way out to mention the dream.
so
Do we have some way to get across to the other island, or to get to the turtles? Is there a teleportation circle? Is there a turtle portal?
Thank you, folks, and good night.
All right, that's our episode, everybody. I hope you had a great time.
I'm here all week.
You can see how proud Michael was of that, and just waiting for it.
Yep. Had to come out at just the right moment.
Mm-hmm. I think Aiden lost it the best. He's still out of it.
He killed the DM.
the Tarask shows up, you're all dead.
Okay, campaign 2, we're on it already. What? Okay.
Alright, so, no, there...
And using it in every campaign I ever run from here on out.
So, Teardrop explains that any sort of portals or teleportation circles that were once set up with the people of the other islands have recently gone away, and we don't really have any boats of sorts. I believe that your Rivermouth might have a few boats you could use. Don't know about finding a captain though.
Well, if we're supposed to just go back to Rivermount, then we could take him.
Yeah,
Right.
and resurrect him. And then he can tell us all about his adventures.
Marina explains that if you all were to... let's say if you and well, he is a noble, so he could pay for his own resurrection.
That's
But Marina explains that if you all are heading back to Rivermouth, I will take Cameron and the High Elf back, and or the half High Elf back with you guys. So.
yeah. Well then, let's just, because even how far away would this southern island be? Could we get there just by a small boat rather than taking a ship?
If you want to get there fast, if you want to get there in about a few days' time, you'll probably want to take a larger ship. It is quite far away.
So we should hire, well then maybe we should be hiring a crew. We do have the money for it. Maybe we should be pirates.
So
I think your definition of pirate is incorrect, Arlen. Just because you're on the sea in a boat doesn't mean you're a pirate. Now, Yodelay probably fits the bill of a pirate. He just is always on land.
no boat.
A landless pirate.
Pirates tend to, thief and steal and
that's true.
kill. And the only thing we've killed is monsters right now.
That's true. That's true.
Well, that's
Really good.
And
not
the ones who attacked us first.
not necessarily. You've killed a few bandits, but
The only
one
ones,
time, Alax.
yeah, the only ones I know of are all monsters at this point.
that's true. At this point, Alaxor has not killed any humanoids. And so you head back to the south, where Rivermouth
Get
is.
those two guards that the orc had.
Yes.
He did with his stupid death breath.
Well, they're not important NPCs. I mean, they're fine. It's fine. We don't talk about it.
I did forget about that because I didn't see them because they were in the darkness.
Death breath.
So you all return back to Rivermouth.
Yeah.
No encounters. The monsters appeared to be really afraid of you guys. Like, extremely. Like, if you saw any of them peeking out from the woods, they were running the other direction.
By now, our reputation is preceding us.
Even with
That's always a good thing, because if they're running away from us, once we leave, they come back and attack innocents.
Yeah.
And
And
we
also,
don't let them know we left. We leave a
Innocents
shadow
shouldn't be
behind.
running around the forest.
Yeah. And it makes it harder to grind in the forest, too, to raise experience points. But...
Yep.
So we're going to make it now.
Yes, you make it to Rivermouth. They let you in and explain that Sir Henrik has been looking for you all.
Oh, then let's go see Sir Henrik.
Hello.
And so Marina explains that she is going to take the two of them into the guardhouse and see what to do with them. So she heads off and splits off from you all. So you all just headed straight to Sir Henrik?
Yes.
So-
Actually, because I want to talk to Sir Henrik about possibly hiring a crew to...
So you all...
You guys are the official monster hunters. Do you want me to just stay behind?
No, you are with us.
Okay.
I thought he sent you to us, didn't he?
I was sent out
No.
by the priest to do a funeral rite.
Oh,
You
because
all
Henrik
were
had
there.
mentioned about finding a fourth for us. I thought that was... There's not a good guy walking around the fort.
Just got guys walking. Hello.
I just took it as, meeting a fellow believer of.
Well, that's true, and we did mesh really well. Just making sure there's not another player out there trying to join our group.
That would be a question for, I guess, the mayor.
So, Sir Henrik...
We'll vouch for you. You're part of.
Yes, you are with us.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
with us.
All right.
So when
All
we
right.
stand, you stand with us.
Yes.
So you all walk in.
Breathe that direction.
Yes.
So you all walk in, and Sir Henrik welcomes you all, and he looks at Alaxidor and says, "Oh, pull forth another seat." As you see, a fifth seat is grabbed for Alaxidor, at least for you all, and explains, "So, what have you all been up to this past couple days?"
It's been a lot, and we've been very busy protecting the people that are out in the east now trying to set up a settlement. But we've also
It's actually in the west, but yes.
Is it the west?
Yeah, they're on the west.
Only turn around.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
That's just me when I walk the wrong way out of
You
go the east from west.
The Water Genasi tribe is on the east. The little settlement of Rivermouth is on the west, and then Rivermouth's on the south.
Oh, okay. So anyway, they've been trying to protect them. Unfortunately, we lost Cameron Portilla,
Oh.
and
We brought him back.
we're wanting to head to the south, to an island, to maybe start a conversation about reopening trade with the Lizardfolk.
Oh, well, you see, that's actually where I was going to head with your... Oh, I think it froze.
Could I get a degree in diplomacy?
Business studies.
Business studies. Hold on one second, my internet's having issues. Okay, he explains that I was actually wanting to reestablish trade with the Lizardfolk and Turtle people, and that was going to be your next mission.
Why was the trade stopped?
Insight as he's saying all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, inside check.
Let him do the insight while I'm trying to keep him talking.
Yeah.
Civilization has taught me anything. We're going to need a lot of camels to reestablish trade routes.
The reason why it was originally closed was the fear. If these monster hunters could fall to the Lizardfolk, then the citizens were afraid that they were violent, all of them. And so if we kept on trading with them and integrating more of their people into our city, then people might mistrust the government.
That's a 17 on the insight for him.
He appears to be truthful.
Okay. But of course, the decision to cut the trade, was that done during your administration, or was that beforehand?
Before my administration.
Okay. So that would make sense that someone else in power would have cut the trade out of fear of a foreign group coming in.
Yes, people are already mad at me about Cole's death, and I'm sure Cameron's death won't be good on my reputation as a leader.
Well, then would you be able to provide us with a ship, a crew, a captain to start and sail her by?
Unfortunately, our Navy and anyone that has been, as part of the government that has been trained in the ways of using a ship, are very few and not experienced.
Well, we wouldn't need a Navy. Don't you have any kind of, if
What
there's
about
any
just a
tradespeople?
local fisherman?
Yeah. Some tradespeople, or local fishermen, or just a local fishing group.
Well, there are those, but they are not as experienced in the open waves. But I do know one group that could help you.
And where can we find them?
They're a band of pirates, what we like to call them.
Not going to be pirates.
They're a band of pirates.
Now the monster hunter pirates of...
Unfortunately, they are not the most trusted among the townsfolk and the government. But if you all were to use them, I think there would be leeway for them to go about their business.
I dare him to double cross us.
Yes. Well, we'll let Yodelay deal with them. He has a way with the more roguish types.
The
People.
Rift Raft.
Come away with people.
The soul of the earth.
Recently, they have been working with one of the organizations that was actually working with that orc enemy of ours. Due to them being sort of a criminal organization in our town. The pirates aren't. They're mostly a third party, but there is a slight criminal organization that we have not been able to catch in the past 50 years. As we have recently found one of their hideouts, so maybe that would be a good place to start.
All right.
Go
Well,
bust up a hideout. And also, did want to let you know, sir, we brought back the orc that slayed Cameron as well.
We brought back the Slade Cameron.
What was his name?
Dalvir.
Dalvir.
14.
He said he used to live here. Long ago.
You see Henrik think for a second, and he says, Dalvir and I grew up together.
Oh.
Very interesting.
We brought him back to answer for his crime.
He committed
Yeah, did you know he was a dirtbag?
way more crimes than just the ones he's been committing recently. He killed Cole had a daughter, and Dalvir had killed her
Oh. This guy
back when he was younger.
Worse.
And
You guys stopped me from cutting off his hands. I can
He will
tell
answer.
people.
he will answer for his crimes.
I'll see that he does.
He said coming here was probably a death sentence.
Yes.
Maybe you make him atone first.
We will see.
To help
I've recently been taking into consideration something that Arlen said a few sessions ago about
Back in episode 3.
about making any sort of people who commit crimes serve in the military and serve their sentence that way.
Yes. Usually that's the best kind of way to conscript people into your military. Train them.
Yes.
if you can control him. He was strong.
Well, we will see.
You want to take the bad people and train them how to be better killers?
No, because usually if they committed a murder, they're already good enough killers.
Yeah.
Now, if it's something such as a menial robbing, then maybe they work on a farm or something like that, and under provision, under watch. But I do believe that there is an island directly to the west, and there's also one to the southwest. So the one we
What about to the northwest?
I'd have to look at our records to know what that island is, but I believe that another people live on that island as well.
There is one to the northwest. Which one has the lizard?
The Lizardfolk live on the west. Or at least the ones we traded with. On the southwest, we heard that there were other Lizardfolk, but they did not. We did not really trade with them. They weren't the most social.
Okay. So, where do we need to go to find this group of pirates?
I think is what he said.
Yes, go to the south side of town.
Yodele.
Let me introduce myself.
That's what I was thinking. Lead the way.
Yep. We're following you, Yodelay.
Yeah.
As for Cameron's body, I will transport that to Ignition, and I guess Cameron will have a choice to make whether he wants to come back or not. Much like you did, Arlen.
And before we go, I need to pay my debts.
Yes, your debt. Let's see here. So I cast a raise debt on you.
I think I still owe 400 gold.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so
you stop.
fine.
You stop by Ignition's, the Church of the. You stop by the. You stop by the Church of the Magna Lord and enter, and he says, "Oh, thank you for the gold. I was not expecting to get it back this fast, but thank you."
I wasn't expected to get it this fast, so yeah.
Thank you. And if you ever need any healing, let me know.
Will do. I do. Well, wait a minute. While we're speaking of it, do you know where we might be able to get some healing potions?
Talk to Lurko. He
Lurko,
could be.
yes.
He
Go
could.
see Lurko before we head out of here.
Okay. So Lurko, as you enter the academy, once again he appears asleep. And he sort of comes to a start. He comes to a start whenever you enter the building, and he says, Monster Hunters! It's great to see you all again. I heard that you brought back my son. So for that, you see him reach down into his desk and pull out 5 potions of greater healing.
Ooh,
Nice.
As he looks at you all and says, "Thank you all for doing that. I really appreciate it."
thank you. Thank you for these. And do you have any more that you would be willing to sell? If we have a little bit of money, we might be able to purchase a few more of those.
Or maybe some extra magic items that you have developed that we could purchase from you.
Let me check. And he goes back in the back and he says, well, a normal potion of healing would be 50 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish to buy a greater potion, that'd be, let's say, 250.
Let me, can I get a greater and 3 regulars?
Yep, and you see him pull those out. And he says, as for magic items, I will have to take a deeper look. It depends on what you're looking for. I do have quite a bit of, how you say, experimental magic items that I don't really know if they work quite.
I'm looking for a spell component. It's a gilded acorn. Do you know where I can get something like that, or can be made?
A gilded acorn. Interesting. I'm sure I can make you one.
That's all I need.
Yes, I can make you one for a price.
The price should be about 200 gold pieces, because the acorn has to be worth that much.
Okay. You see him kind of take it, and you actually see him do it right there as a normal acorn sort of goes from this just normal acorn to once again a gilded acorn as it sort of slowly transmutates into it. And you see him, and he hands it to you and says, does that work?
Yeah, so I will, feel the power of nature within it, and I feel that I can now cast the spell that I would like to cast.
Okay. Alright.
We have to give up the iron bands of Bolaro.
Oh no, he said you can keep that as a little gift.
Those will come in very handy. Yes.
I'm about to mess up some people.
Yeah.
What about maybe an amulet that makes you healthier?
you could call it an amulet of health.
Sure, that'd probably be a better name for it.
I will see.
You guys come up with these names.
I will see. I'll have to look in the back. But I got some storage.
If you find any bracers that help with defense, that would be.
Or shields. Special shields would be nice too.
All right, I will see what I can do.
Thank you. All right, so let's head to the hideout. Yodelay, you're leading.
Yeah, so you
I've been ready.
head to the hideout, and it's a warehouse. It appears, and doesn't have any windows. No, just a door. It's a plain building.
Oh,
Looks a little suspicious, if I were to.
Yeah, suspicious for a criminal organization building. Who would have guessed?
Well, Yodelay, do we just knock on the door, or do we just walk right in?
Maybe we
First
should
of all,
look
I think-
for magic first.
I think I need to send my bat as a spider in there.
Okay. So are you looking?
And I see what's inside that front door.
So you make your bat into a spider. It now it went from having 2 legs to having multiple, and you send it in under the crack. And are you looking through its eyes?
Oh yeah.
What you see?
Last thing that had that many legs, we pulled them and got lots of gold. Maybe we should do that with his spider.
As your spider
Disappointed.
as your spider looks around, it appears to see what appear to be six or so humanoids appear to be standing guard around the room, and another humanoid appears to be sitting at a desk. She appears to be wearing leather armor. Has a crossbow sitting on the desk, and has long, sort of tied up in a knot, red hair. And they all appear to be minding their own business. What would you like to do?
All right. So there's a bunch of people in there. At least half a dozen. We're gonna have to bust in with all strength and make for the back of the room.
These are people that we want to be working with.
Oh.
We're not trying to harm them, we're trying to hire them. Maybe we just knock on the door and say, hey, we've got money, you want to work for us?
I mean, that's one way to do it.
Was this the group, or were the group we're wanting to hire working for this group?
That's exactly.
We're wanting to.
Well, no. This is so very complicated. The group you're wanting to have is working for this group at the moment. So whether you want to take a social approach, you need to find out where the pirates are. But yes.
And they've already said this is a criminal organization for the town that they've struggled for 50 years to take down.
Yeah, and we're not much on social graces.
No.
So, Yodelay, maybe we follow your lead to bust in and go.
Right. So whenever we kick the door open, you drop darkness on them immediately.
How big
And
is the
we'll-
room that you
We'll
saw?
work out the rest. It was
The room was 70 feet by 70 feet. So it's quite a large room.
Small bit of darkness. But if I run in first in the darkness, at least maybe it'll be surrounding me. So if you bust in the door, I'll run in right behind.
all right. I like this. It's
All right.
barely a plan. That's how I like it.
Yes.
So you guys are gonna bust down the door.
There's somebody at the back of the room at a desk with a crossbow. That's probably important.
So whoever's breaking down the door, maybe.
Looking at Yuri at the back of the room with a crossbow. Oh wait, I wonder if I just drop a smoke bomb in there, if they'll come out to us.
Ooh.
Maybe a little bit of illusion of a fire with the smoke.
I can do also a little minor illusion to make the sound of fire.
All right.
How loud are you?
Like fire.
How loud are you guys being right now? Someone make me a stealth check.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Not a problem. I get advantage with that. 24.
Okay.
At a 22.
Okay.
So all but our main
That's
guy
right.
is really
Ching,
stealthy.
ching, ching, ching.
It's the helmet, this big ass bullhead. Clank! I can't see where the horns are, and I run into the doorways all the time.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say because of Yodelay's check, I'm gonna say the door opens. And you see a humanoid look at you all and say, "Do you all have business?"
Smoke bomb!
You're under arrest.
Okay, and that's where we're gonna end it. As you all throw a smoke bomb into the room, and everyone's wondering what is going on.
Under arrest.
Exactly.